Tyson, your reaction? Yes, toss him.
It's heavyweight boxing, boys. It happens. It happens. You get knocked spark out. It could have been me. It could have been you. It could have been anybody. In the heavyweight division, it's what happens. One punch away from being smashed, knocked out.
What, Terence? Was it a shock, what you watched?
No, not at all. I always stated that the better man was going to win today, and Dubois was the better man.
Were you surprised it was such a firefight? Did you expect it to be like that?
For me, yeah. Yeah, I think for me, it's a surprise.
What was your reaction?
Listen, after the first round, the first knockdown, when Daniel got up, I said to everybody around me, Daniel's going to win the fight. Everybody looked at me, I was crazy, because I saw something in Daniel's eyes.
Was it just the experience tonight, the fact that, you know, the boxing pedigree that got into the fight?
No, I just knew Daniel, because after he got knocked down in the first round, the way I saw him get up and then not even looking at his corner and just concentrating on himself, and that was it.
Do you think that was the right time for the fight to be stopped, or do you think it should have been a couple of rounds?
Listen, the fight was supposed to stop in round 10 because his nose was bleeding so badly.
What's next for them? I'm hearing a rematch clause. If not, who do you want to see him fight?
Nobody wants to see the rematch.
Daniel Dubois shocked the heavyweight world after surviving early knockdowns to stop Fabio Wardley in a brutal back-and-forth battle. As the fight intensified, Dubois began breaking Wardley down with non-stop pressure, leaving fighters and analysts stunned by both the punishment absorbed and the violent finish to this unforgettable heavyweight war.
And then once Dubois' jab started landing, I told the guy sitting next to me, it's over.
I have to ask you, buddy, we saw moments where Don Charles seemed to be kind of slapping Daniel Dubois in the corner.
Right.
As a trainer yourself now, what do you make of that? Is that something?
Wake him up. You know, calm down and you got knocked down. So what? Wake him up. Once he started using the jab, it was over.
We know in the past Fabio showing tremendous heart. He's done it again.
Well, listen, I love
tonight.
Fabio. He showed a lot of heart. Hell of a champion.
Oh, where did you get that?
I hijacked two guys coming in, man.
God bless you.
Fabio Wardley came out aggressively and dropped Dubois twice early in the fight, including a huge knockdown in the opening round. But as the rounds went on, Dubois regained momentum with heavy combinations and constant pressure, eventually leaving Wardley badly damaged before the referee stepped in during round 11 to award Dubois a dramatic TKO victory.
Oh my goodness, what a heavyweight fight. Daniel Dubois stops Fabio Wardley late in this one. Down with the first punch of the fight, Wardley to Dubois. Down in the third round, Dubois. But then he got behind the jab and he found a measured attack. Fabio Wardley is made out of granite, his chin and his fists. Dubois, very measured, looked outstanding. He's a heavyweight champion yet again. An epic heavyweight fight that lived up to the hype. One of the best heavyweight fights you'll ever see because of the brutality. I think they should have stopped it much earlier. Does this mean we're going to see Daniel Dubois versus Usyk for a third time? I really hope not. Wow, what a fight, though. Just why we watch boxing. Epic brutalness, big meaty men.
Heavyweight contender Ajit Cabale watched from ringside as Daniel Dubois overwhelmed Fabio Wardley in a brutal showdown, later describing it as a thrilling battle between two true warriors. Cabale admitted the fight was so intense and entertaining that he would happily watch the two heavyweights run it back in a rematch after their unforgettable war inside the ring.
This fight was very hard for two guys, you know, but I think for the crowd, but also a nice fight. Unbelievable. I like it.
Was you surprised about the heart that Daniel showed?
Yes, 100% I was surprised. But, you know, Daniel gave a good performance. You know, he was in the first and then the 4 round, I don't know. He was one down.
Second, sorry?
In the second round, he was down. In the first round, he was down. And
first round and second round, yeah.
Crazy. But he come back, you know. I like it.
Yeah, brilliant. And what were you thinking obviously as an interested party in a potential fight with Daniel?
Yeah, but I think all the fans won't see the rematch, huh, baby? He had rematch contract. Yeah. But yeah, we will see. Why not? I said this Daniel before. Why not? Me and Daniel, I think for the German fans it's a good big fight. But first of all, I think I'm the #1 contender for WBC. I wait for the situation.
Ajit Cabale praised both heavyweights after Daniel Dubois stopped Fabio Wardley in their violent back-and-forth battle. He described the contest as unbelievable and chaotic, admitting that during the early rounds he genuinely believed Wardley had a strong chance of pulling off the victory.
What did you make of that fight, Daniel Dubois, Fabio Wardley?
It was unbelievable fight, you know, very crazy, very hard fight. Yeah, I like it.
How did you see the fight progressing? When Fabio hurt Daniel in the first round,
yeah.
Did you think he was going to go on to win?
Yeah, but you know, this is heavyweight boxing. You know, first of all, when I see the situation, I think crazy that Fabio will stop the fight early, but you know, you see the result.
You see Fabio's face was bloody, it was a mess. How much heart and desire did they both show in there tonight?
This was very hard for him. You know, I think today, it seemed good.
Former British boxer Buddy McGirt reacted to the heavyweight battle by calling it a brutal and completely unpredictable fight, saying the early knockdown changed everything from the very beginning. He praised Fabio Wardley's toughness and determination throughout the war, but admitted it still wasn't enough to survive Dubois' pressure, adding that a rematch could now be necessary after such a dramatic finish.
And the build-up, TV drawn by Buddy McGirt. Buddy, what a main event that was. What did you make of it?
Hell of a fight. I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that right hand. No jabs, no defense, no left hook. Sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be a rematch.
Do you think that created that false sense of like the fight was kind of heading towards Fabio's favour, that first round knockdown then?
When the knockdown happened, I was like, oh, shit. But then in the third round, I was like, I don't know.
British boxing trainer Dominic Engel was shocked by the way Daniel Dubois finished Fabio Wardley in their brutal heavyweight clash. While praising both fighters for their toughness and determination, Engel admitted that the severe damage on Wardley's face and the non-stop punishment made the stoppage seem unavoidable by the later rounds.
Daniel Dubois, world champion once again, Don. You called this yesterday. I was surprised you called it because a lot of people pick Fabio, but I don't know what you want ready to sell. What a fight.
I'll tell you what, one of the best fights I've ever seen. One of the best fights. Fair play to Fabio Wardley. What a hard man he is. He didn't want to quit. His corner didn't pull him out. And Daniel Dubois kept his composure. He kept his composure, stood to the plan. He started to get a bit tired himself. He realised that Wardley still got something in the tank. He kept pulling out of the bag. He looked dead on his feet. But what a fight that was. And listen, fair play to Fabio Wardley.
Engel also shared a strong opinion on the controversial stoppage, saying the ringside doctor should have been brought in much earlier during the fight. He believed that if the doctor officially cleared Fabio Wardley to continue, then the referee should have allowed the heavyweight battle to carry on despite the heavy punishment being absorbed.
A lot of comments online complaining about the referee, or maybe saying he should have been pulled out. What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, in a fight like that, because you've seen Fabio Wardley pull himself out from the brink of getting beat before, you can understand why Howard Foster didn't want to jump in the way. He gave him every chance he could, took him to the doctor twice, I think. And the doctor said, no, carry on. But personally, if it was me, I'd have pulled him out a round ago and saved him from that finish. He finished on his feet, but he took 4 too many shots.
Where did Daniel Dubois heart? Everyone all this week's been bringing up him, quitting, and not getting back up, questioning his heart, and he showed a lot tonight.
Well, I think when, he went in against Joyce when he was young, people said he quit. He didn't quit, he had an eye damage. And since then, you've never seen him quit. And he's come back well. It's great to see him get the win after everything he's been through. But at any point, Fabio Wardley could have pulled that shot out of the bag. I mean, he had him down twice in the opening rounds. So, fair play to Dubois. Composed himself, believed in himself, and came through that fight and got the win in the end.
Chris Eubank Jr. called the Wardley vs. Dubois showdown the biggest fight in British boxing right now, even labeling it a potential fight of the year contender for 2026. Devin Haney also reacted to the explosive heavyweight battle, simply describing it as a crazy fight after witnessing the brutal action unfold. Meanwhile, Dave Allen praised both fighters for their power, toughness, and non-stop exchanges, saying the matchup fully lived up to expectations and proved just how evenly matched and dangerous both heavyweights truly were.
Best fight in British boxing at the minute. 2 knockout punches, it's an all British heavyweight title fight. Dubois is probably more proven. He's been heavyweight champion before. Wardley, he's now the champion. He got given the title after beating Parker. Now it's his chance to prove that he is, the guy. It's a real 50-50 as well.
Some boxing analysts pointed out that stoppage standards can vary depending on the region, with many believing American referees usually allow fighters more time to recover compared to certain UK officials. Because of that, several observers felt that if the same situation had taken place in the United States, the fight may have continued for a longer period before the referee stepped in to stop the action.
Listen, shout out to my little brother Dubois with the mother win. Shout out to Dubois. But let me tell you something straight. You couldn't do that shit with me when I'm in shape. That's number one. And number two is, if Dubois or Wardley was American, they would have been stopped that fight. Let me tell you again. If Dubois or Wardley was an American fighter in the UK, as we've seen before, they would have been stopped that fight. That referee's known for stopping fights early. When Wardley fought Parker, Parker was nowhere as bloody and beaten up as badly as he was. And look how long it took the referee to stop that fight. This is the bias that happens in the UK. See for yourselves. But I tell you one thing. Dubois, I got mad love for you. Give me my rematch. I'm respect that.
However, many people felt the referee made the correct decision at exactly the right moment. Curtis Woodhouse defended the stoppage on X, arguing that Wardley had already taken too much punishment and sometimes fighters need to be protected from themselves. He praised both the fight and Dubois' performance after the brutal heavyweight battle. Boxer Ty Mitchell shared a completely different view following the controversial stoppage, insisting that boxing should never depend on referees to end fights. He argued that once heavyweights step into the ring, the contest should only end by knockout. Mitchell believed stoppages take away from the raw spirit of heavyweight boxing, where fighters are expected to battle through adversity until they either survive or are finished on the canvas. In his opinion, both Wardley and Dubois were tough enough to continue despite the punishment and knockdowns.
Everyone's saying he was getting hit with big punches, he deserves to stop the fight. I hear it, yeah? But it's boxing, get to it. I don't think you should be able to stop a fight anyway. Someone has to get knocked out. Obviously, people can get hurt in the ring, I understand it, but that's boxing. Do you know what I mean? We can all, it can happen to anybody, but we know the risk when we get in there. Get fucking to it. And Fabio is mad dangerous when he's the most dangerous when he's hurt. And he's the champion. And he was like towards the end of the fight, there's only like a round and a half left. Get to it. I'll have to watch it back because some people are saying that they thought Daniel was ahead on points. From what I saw with the 2 knockdowns, he wasn't for me because Fabio had a few other rounds in the fight as well.